Motomattman. Today I'm going to be showing you the parts of my bike. But first, my bike is a 2016 Yamaha PW50. So this is the throttle, front brake, back brake. How you start it, this, put it on start, pull this out, and put it on one. That's how you started the bike. So this is my bike. Mine is a 2004 CRF 80. Right here is the throttle. Then we have the front brake, the kill switch, and I have the clutch. And then right here is my rear brake. And what I really want done with my bike is get new number plates on the sides and on the front, and get a new FMF exhaust. And then over here I have the gas, which now I'm going to start it.
Okay, I think my girls did a pretty good job of doing their version of a walk around with their bikes, and I've also got my dirt bike here too. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to point out a few things that they don't know or whatever. But here's the deal. Okay, first of all, this is a 2016 Yamaha PW50. It's my youngest daughter's bike. It also was the bike that my older daughter learned on. One of the things that's really nice about it is, number one, it's just one speed. There's no shifting at all. And it's very easy to maneuver. It also has a governor screw. Let's see if I can zoom in on that real quick. It is right here. That little screw right there is the governor. So you can adjust the speed on it for the little ones. It also has a governor built into the exhaust that can be removed. The foot pegs that are on this are not the factory foot pegs. I put these pegs on for my older daughter. The other ones were real old school motorcycle pegs. They were just a metal shaft that had a rubber gripper on them. Not a big fan of those, neither was she. The rubber started coming off, sliding off the ends of them. So I put more of a motocross style peg on it. It's kind of a little bit odd, some of the things. They've been doing this bike for decades, but your kicker is on this side, and it's meant for you to be able to kick it while you're not on the bike. So you would kick it from the side of it. The other thing is with the handlebars. This right here is your front brake, like a typical motorcycle, you know, throttle, front brake. But where the clutch would be on a bike is where the rear brake is. There's no rear brake down here like you normally would have. It's easy for the kids to operate it that way, but when you go from this bike to something like this, now you have a rear brake in a traditional position, because up here is your clutch. And this is a 2004 CRF, Honda CRF 80. One of the things that's also different about this PW50 is, as you see, it's got a shock on either side in the rear, much like bikes were decades and decades ago. Like I said, these PW50s are virtually unchanged. They changed the color of the wheels, they changed the plastics, but that's about it. Now on the CRF 80, it's got a monoshock like you would expect today. It is carbureted. It's a 80cc single cylinder. I mean, 80cc is probably like 79 cc, something like that. It's a good little ripper though. I mean, the bike really goes. My daughter, I'm sure, said that she wants to change out the exhaust. She wants an FMF pipe on it, like the big bikes and like the motocross racers have. She also wants to change out her number plates and so does the little one, to have something that's more akin to like what I've got on mine. You know, these are just stick-on numbers that we put on this bike. The CRF 80 is a 4-stroke, and it's no longer in production. It is replaced by a 110, but the 110 is virtually the same size. The PW50 is a 2-stroke, but unlike normal 2-strokes, your 2-stroke oil is put in here, and it's auto lube. So you just put gas in a tank, and then you oil it. It oils itself. Okay, now on to mine. Mine's a little bit different. Mine is a 1996 Kawasaki KX 250. It is a 2-stroke also, but you have to mix the oil and gas. Little things about it that are different. It's I'm going to start on this side over here. I need to get my seat recovered. Okay, on this side here, it has a Pro Circuit exhaust. You can see the pipe's a little bit dinged up on it. It's got a Race Tech rear shock that I'm going to have to rebuild. See, what else do we have? Oh, the front end, the front forks are, try to get so you can see it here with the sun, are factory connection. The suspension is Kayaba, which is not really what it is anymore. They're KYB shocks. Everything else is pretty much stock. It's got Renthal bars on it, old style Renthal bars on it, and it's done up in my number's 3 anyway, but it's done up in the graphics, the current graphics of Eli Tomac. It just so happens that he's number 3 also, but it's the Monster Energy, and those of you that have watched my channel for any period of time know that the Monster Energy is kind of fitting. It didn't have anything to do with the fact that those are the Kawasaki race team. The factory race team is the Kawasaki Pro Circuit Monster Energy race team. It's got to do with the fact that I pretty much live on Monster Energy. That's my fuel. But that's about what we got going on. I mean, like I said, it's a 1996, and I mean, the thing will flat out fly. I'll put it up against most 4-stroke 450s today. It's virtually the same bike that Jeff Emig in 1997 won the Supercross championship with. Story goes that the 96 bike didn't win it because it had too much power. It was hard to control. So they detuned it a little bit for the 97 season. But anyway, that's my Cowie. My 11-year-old's Honda CRF 80. And my now 7-year-old's PW50. And here shortly I'm gonna change into my gear, and I'll fire this puppy up, and we'll take it for a short little rip around the property here. Hey YouTube, it's motomattman, and we are out. Little spin on the KX today. She's not super happy today, because I took it out for a spin yesterday and blew up the rear shock. But anyway, yeah, it's kind of a bouncy ride. With the shock bouncing like it is. But anyway, I'm gonna blow out a little bit of carbon. You can see this thing is a pretty bumpy ride this way. But it is running. And I've told you guys before how much I love the sound of my VFR. That V4 sound. But the two-stroke sound is almost as sweet, if not sweeter. Now the difference between the V4 and the two-stroke is not only do you get that sweet sound from the two-stroke, but you get that smell of the gas and oil mixing. It'd be a whole lot better if my back end had some suspension. I feel like I'm on a boat on the ocean. Here with this shock that's busted. But it's still nice to get out and blast around the yard a little bit. Can't open it up a whole lot because you get out of control because of the busted rear shock, because all I got working for me is that rear spring. And that really ain't enough. I'm gonna have to try to rebuild it, or I have to get a new one. But anyway, this is where I got my start into motorcycling. When I was a kid, like my kids, on dirt bikes. starting to get used to a little bit the spots that this thing bounces so much, or the most. But anyway, did a little walk around on this, and the girls did theirs on their dirt bikes. Hopefully this winter. I'm going to give one more shot at fixing Mrs. Motomattman's. Problem with her dirt bike is that it's a 1977 KE 125. It's also a Cali, and it had, the carburetor is like enclosed inside the motor, and the parts are like really difficult to find. She had the carburetor rebuilt a few years ago, and in order to get the parts for the rebuild kit, they had to order them from the UK. There weren't any here in the States. So, I mean, I'm going to give it a go. I don't know how well it's going to work out, but we're going to give it a shot. It's also where she got her start, was on that KE 125. It's also a two-stroke, but it's a dual purpose, so it's a street legal bike. And that's what she started both riding off-road and on the street on. But I absolutely, positively love the sound that this thing makes. And make no mistake about it, it is a beast. I mean, I understand everybody's thinking, oh, it's just a 250. But Supercross used to be, you know, now it's, you got a 250 class and you got a 450 class, but it used to be 125s and 250s back when they were running two strokes. That's why I mentioned in my walk around that virtually the same exact bike as this, Jeff Emig won the 1997 Supercross Championship with. It was a 1997 KX 250. The difference between the 96 and the 97 was they detuned the 97 slightly, because the 96 was difficult to control. But anyway, I think that's enough of running around in circles in the yard, yapping at the same time. Hope you guys have a good day, good weekend. If you're able to get out on tube, make sure you keep the shiny side up and rubber side down. Got a little bit of warm weather still left to go here. You're going to take advantage of it, and hopefully I keep my KX going all winter long so I can blast through the snow that we get here and be able to do that all winter instead of riding my daughter's CRF 80 like I did last year. But anyway, again, I hope everybody has a great day. If you like what you see, make sure you punch that like and subscribe button and then mash that bell so you get notifications whenever I upload any new content. As always, everybody have an awesome day.